Okay, round 3 has begun. From the look of my hand, I do think it's pretty good. I have the ability to cast the Weird and the Guild Mage on turn 2 if I want to. So I'm gonna keep it. Draw a few more good cards and, you know, ideally, okay, win, since winning is always nice. Planes to start. And I do think I'm gonna go Weird turn 2. I did take a lot of the good blue-white cards, so in terms of flyers, I think I have more than him. What is this? Okay, he might be going mill with that. Luckily, though, Weird can break through that, so casting it on turn 2 is the play to make. And drawing 2 more lands means I don't need to cast a Promenade if I don't want to. Okay, a Guardian on turn 3. He might be trying to get an early stag out. I have an Avenging Arrow in hand, so that will slow him down. Let me go ahead and play an island, just so he decides not to block this. If he doesn't block it, I'll just let 1 damage go through, and I'll drop the Drake next turn. Okay, so he'll let the 1 go through. I'm more than fine casting the Drake this turn. And hopefully getting a little bit more damage through before he casts whatever he's trying to cast. He does have 5 mana available to him. Okay. Interesting. Ha! So he has 4 defenders now. So this guy is definitely going mill. That Doorkeeper just got quite a bit more threatening. And it's probably going to be an explosive impact target. I will swing though. Try to get a little bit more damage in. Jeez, 4 defenders. That is crazy. Yeah. Go ahead. Oh, I have 2 Promenades. Swing for 2. Yeah, I'm fine swinging for 2. I'll take him to 17. And then I will cast the Guild Mage and play Plains. So the question is, does he want to try to start milling me right now? Four defenders. That was a pretty good hand for him. Okay, and the key rune. And with 2 guardians out, 2 guild gates ready, and the key rune, he has enough mana to cast almost anything in this format. So I just have to play it well, not fall for anything. And the only thing, well actually, not even the Weird can get through now. And he might be holding mana for the counterspell, but he has 1 card in hand as well. So he'll hit me for a few cards this turn. I'll just go ahead right now. Play another Weird and a Promenade. And I'll take a mill of 4, I believe. You know, it's a good strategy. You know, I did see that doorkeeper in the draft. I forgot what I took over it. But mill's always a risky strategy. He's going for it. Let's see what he hit. Griffin, a patrol, a guard, and a Drake. All irreplaceable. Not a big deal. The Archon's what's really going to set this game apart, but he might be holding a counter spell. In which case, I'd be in a very bad situation. Oh. And another defender's coming down, the Gatekeeper Vine. He's fetching a mountain. Playing it. One card in hand. Okay, and it looks like he's going to cast it. Or maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. I'm just looking at this number over here. Is this a Mizium mortar or something? Or, oh, there's a lot of good stuff. He's really charging it. I'm guessing it's a, well, it's that card that kills everything on the ground. And he's got the mana for it, so. I guess a really bad time for me to, yeah, wow, Street Spasm for 5. That's crazy. So he just took out all my creatures except for my Tower Drake, which can't really get through this turn anyway. And that was good. That was a really good play. You know, Plains is gonna help though. Let's see. He's got enough for the counterspell, but he doesn't have a counterspell in his hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and Explosive Impact his Miller. You know, he'll hit me for another 4 cards. You know, no, actually I can attack even if I wanted to. So, he'll hit me for another 4. Hopefully we won't see another Miller for at least a few turns. You know, establish a better board. Yeah, I can't attack, so I'll let it through. So he might animate his key rune, knowing I'll have to sacrifice the Drake. Okay. Play Promenade. And I don't think I can attack, so I'll just pass him the turn again. Paralyzing Grasp is a good card, but not really against him. He just has defenders. I can't get through right now, so I'll have to pass again. That Trestle Troll is just insane. Okay, another Tower Drake is going to help this out. It's going to help out quite a bit. Not this turn, but next turn I should be swinging in for at least 2. Okay, and does he have another? Ooh, Hover Barrier. So, once again, that's just enough to stop me. But I'm going to swing in anyway and see what happens. Okay, a block and a block. I'm going to try to kill the hover barrier right now with an avenging arrow. Oh, it has to deal damage. Okay. I did not know that. So I guess I won't deal any damage this turn. And I will play a griffin. You know, hopefully get a few more flyers out there. You can't keep defending. Okay, martial law is going to help also quite a bit. I don't think I'll attack this turn. I'll try to get the marshal's law out. Will it resolve is the question, and it does. Okay, so next turn I'll be able to disable that trestle troll and start swinging in for at least 2 or 4 damage. Okay. Okay, Golgari Longlegs. The strategy hasn't been to deal damage to me, so it comes down to that battle. I think I can take him. I'll keep disabling that reach blocker because it is quite formidable. And I will swing in for another 2 damage. I don't want to use the Paralyzing Grasp unless I have to. I don't think he hit my Archon. No, he hasn't hit my Archon, so that's the card I'm looking for right now. And he's not going to combat me. You know, 1 more creature right now and I could swing in for 4 damage instead of 2. Security Blockade will do it. Let me cast it first to make sure I can cast it before I attack with everything. Okay, and I can. So I have a blocker for the key rune, ideally. I mean, he can bounce it, but if I can swing in for 4 right now, then that's what I have to do. Okay, so he's down to 9. I have 2 good spells in my hand, and I'm not sure what he has. Maybe another mill card. Okay, he's going to animate his key rune. And what's he going to attack with? Okay, so he'll go with the key rune and the long legs. I'll block the key rune because I don't want him to get any more cards. But he might be doing that as a strategy to mill me out also. Okay, what's he have? Okay, Terrace Worm, that's fine. I'll block the troll again. And I drew an island. I forgot to activate the security blockade last turn. Would have prevented 1 damage. You know. We'll see if that affects the game at all. I think I have to keep swinging though. I really do want to use this paralyzing grasp. My only concern is he might end up milling me. He has the right card in hand, but I don't think I have the luxury of that, of waiting to see if he does or not. I mean, I have to assume he has more than 1 doorkeeper, but since I'm not I mean, do I have... My other paralyzing grasp is in my hand, or in my deck somewhere, so I'm going to go ahead and disable this long legs, just to build up my clock a little bit more. And just see what happens. He's at 5, I'm at 15. The worm puts me at a 3-turn clock. Or 4-turn, I guess, with the security blockade. And he will attack. Let's see what he does. Okay. So he's just going to go ahead and attack. I'll prevent 1 damage. And I'll take it, going down to 11. It would just be really problematic if I killed that worm because he'd put on the hover barrier. And a 5/11 hover barrier would be very difficult to get around. I know he has cards. At least 1 explosive impact. It's crazy how much a deck full of defenders can put pressure on another with all these attackers. But I mean, it worked. It works really well. Ha! And he has Supreme Verdict, so I guess he's going to do that to clear the field. So what I need right now is a creature. And I drew a plains. So he might have what he needs to finish me. What I'm thinking about mainly is that mill card that mills 1 for each. Yeah, does he have it? Oh no, he has another doorkeeper. Okay. I think I might be able to disable it at least for 1 turn. You know, I definitely will disable it. And I drew my key rune, which I'm going to cast immediately. This game's kind of close. Of course he's going to mill me next turn, so disabling the doorkeeper anymore isn't going to be possible. Okay, I have 3 turns, I guess. He's on 5. Oh, Paralyzing Grasp was a very nice card to draw. I'm going to go ahead and animate this. See what he does. Takes him to 3. And I'm going to place the Grasp, hopefully on this guy. He's passing me the turn. You know, not really much I can detain. Okay, and I drew the Archon. So I'm going to try to end the game with the Charm, and if not, I have the Archon available also. That takes him to 1. And I'll play the Archon. Okay, so I ended up taking game 1. This is gonna go to game 2. Okay, game 2 of round 3. My hand has 2 lands in it, a key rune, and some other good 2 and 3 drops, so I'll keep it. I am on the draw, I believe, so hopefully I will get something good. A Plains is nice. I'll go ahead and just drop the mountain turn 1. Just in case I draw an island, I can play the Weird next turn. Okay. And I think a few adjustments were made on Solebush's side. However, his deck is still mainly defender based, just because the strategy revolved around it heavily. I don't think he can make enough changes to completely change the deck around into something more aggressive, or too aggressive. So, my strategy is just to keep the Paralyzing Grasps and the burn for the Doorkeepers, and hopefully push enough damage. And I did draw the island, so I'm going to go ahead and drop a Weird on turn 2. Key runes are pretty nice, since they don't get hit by Supreme Verdict. So as long as I don't activate them on his turn, I should be fine. Okay, and he has a Pegasus this time around, which is a new addition, or at least something I didn't see last turn. I'll play a land, and I'll swing with the Frostburn. Okay, he took 1. So, I think, sorry, it's getting a little late, getting a little tired. But I think the key rune is the right call here. If he chooses, he can disable the Drake. The key rune, though, will give me a little bit more mana. And he has another Gatekeeper Vine. So I'm thinking he drafted a lot of the removal and a lot of the defenders so that the Doorkeepers would be relatively safe. I was lucky though that blue was relatively open, so I could get quite a bit of it for myself. And he's going to go ahead and swing for 1 damage, and I'm more than fine taking a damage. Okay. However, right now... No. I think... Yeah, I think I'll swing with the weird first. You know. And then decide. I'll probably pump it up twice. Yeah, so he's not going to block, and I only can cast 1 card this turn, so I'll pump it twice. And I'll take him down to 16. And then I'll play the weird. Or not the weird, sorry, the Drake. You know, I don't want to make my board too good, or else if he does hold the Supreme Verdict, he'll just wrath the entire board. But as long as he's dropping something on the board each turn, then I'll do the same. And he did go ahead and drop a long legs. Yeah. And it is, you know, the weird can't do that much. So I'm thinking I'll attack with the weird and not the Drake, just the weird. See what happens. If he blocks, I'll take out his long legs. And then I'll probably cast like Security Blockade. Yeah, so he's going to go ahead and block it. And I'm more than happy killing that. I mean, 5 damage a turn is a lot. And you know, the Security Blockade is actually kind of vulnerable, especially to Wrath. And it can't really do much in this situation because he has too many defenders out. So another Drake, even though losing a Drake kind of sucks, just having 2 out there will be useful. And maybe it will be enough for him to decide to wrath the board. And I'll go ahead and attack with all 3 this turn. And he'll block that one, so I'll give it a little bit more defense. Take him down to 12. And I'll play the Promenade this turn, just to fix my mana a little bit better. And I'll pass it back to him. Okay, so what's he have? Okay, so he cast Inspiration. What's he got? 6. Okay, and then the Spirit Watch. Good card. Problematic card for sure. Yeah. Not a whole lot I can do against it. I don't think I want to cast Paralyzing Grasp just yet. Yeah, so I'm just going to pass it back to him. I know the Doorkeeper's going to be a threat. I don't see it as a threat right now. but that Asperia can be. But if it's not tapped, I can't do anything about it. Okay, Axeman Guardian. So he's building up quite the army of defenders. Once again. And Hussar's Patrol, another okay card, just doesn't do anything in this situation. So, however, I can attack now with both of my Drakes. I have enough mana to get them in a safe zone, and at least get 2 damage a turn in. Or no, wait, no. He's got the Pegasus also. So yeah, I can't do anything about that. But he might choose to start milling me, so I'm just gonna grasp the Doorkeeper. It's the best play I can make right now. And then it's up to him to decide what he wants to do. What is that? Oh, Thought Flare. Okay. Another good card. I'm guessing he's just trying to build up his defenders right now. And he's probably holding the Wrath spell. Okay, so I drew my Archon, which is a game ender. And I think if I do cast it, he will wrath the board. And I think that's what I want to happen. So I'll cast it. If it doesn't get countered, it might get countered. Okay, but it doesn't, so he either has to deal with it in some way, or it will win us the game. And I'll just pass him the turn. What I think is going to happen is he's going to hit the board. Yeah, he'll hit me with Doorkeeper right now and then hit the board with a Wrath spell. Which isn't ideal for us, but it's better than I mean, it's just really hard to get through that those number of defenders without some trick. And I mean, the 2 Drakes would just sit there for another 5-6 turns doing nothing until I drew an answer for that Asperia and that Pegasus, which I might not be able to do. Okay, so he has something. Not quite sure what. Okay, so he's deciding, I guess, to mill me and wrath me. Ooh, and he hit my Martial Law. However, even if he does hit me, I got the Key Rune active, and he can't hurt the Key Rune, so I can at least swing in for 2. Yeah, so he's going to go ahead, wait, no? There aren't a lot of cards I know that can stop Archon. And the Wrath spell is 4. Oh, okay, so Void Welder, so he's just going to bounce it right now. And that's fine. Or he might bounce his Doorkeeper. No, he's bouncing the Archon. So maybe not the best play, but it is a play. It stalls the board. And I'll have to cast it again this turn. Okay, and I'll pass him the turn again. So I'm thinking he doesn't have the Wrath spell, actually. because Void Welder is not something you just use up to bounce an Archon back into my hand. Especially since he knows I have the security blockade, since I played it last turn, or last game. And I mean, one turn with an Archon is quite lethal. Okay. Okay, so I drew my Guild Mage. He has to have some kind of burn and wrath spell. And I guess I just said attack, so I'll attack with these three this turn. I'll disable the 2 flyers. And we'll see what happens. Okay, so he went down to 4. You know, I don't see any need to cast anything, so I'll just pass him the turn and see what happens. Okay, and he's calling in the good games, so I think I have it. I'll just wait. Okay, and he conceded. So, thank you everyone. This was the community draft from draftmagic.com. I wish everyone a happy New Year's, and the best to you all. I'll see you later.